Hey everyone, welcome back to the first episode of Mitch's Minute. Now that we're on the hiatus, so I told you guys in all these videos, I feel really weird because like this is technically like a video, but I didn't know how else to effectively update you guys on what's happening, and also I wanted to keep doing my podcast because it's really low energy, and I don't really need to like put in as much work, I guess. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So,
It does.
to kind of start things off tonight, first of all, it's your usual suspects. It's me and Amanda and Nate.
Yeah, dude.
It's the bear guys. I kind
It's
of
like we
wanted
hang out all the time. It's weird.
almost Nate, almost.
Almost.
So, this was I'm not sure about you guys, but this was the weirdest week for me.
Yeah.
Like not doing anything, like no streams or like we don't get me wrong, we still recorded videos and we still like we're still doing the work. It's just like it's not as pressing, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah.
The update's going well.
Very, very weird week.
Well, yes, it is a weird week. But the updates are going well. Me and Amanda just finalized at least the very basis for some of the rework designs for all of us.
Hey.
It took a hot second to pin down exactly what we're doing with me, but I think that we have a pretty solid idea of what we're doing for like the new themes and stuff like that. And I do welcome if you guys want to leave any comments and stuff like that. We'll be reading them throughout. If you don't agree with anything that we say in terms of like some ideas that we're throwing out there, let us know. Obviously, I'm just down to please League of Legends. Don't do this to me right now. I really gotta unpin League of Legends from my fucking oh god. Every time with that shit, man. Every time.
What's League doing right now?
I'm an idiot, and I put it right next to OBS. And
You fool.
I know. So every time I want to click back to OBS to see what's going. Anyways, the point is that yes, we are working on stuff right now. I also weirdly have way more time to just do whatever I want, and that's weird to me. So I watched all of Punisher season 2. But we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're also coming up with different names for the show. We have a couple. Like I'll go over like some of them that we wrote down because I thought that they were pretty fucking funny. Did I? Shit.
You did.
Take a hot
You
second
sent them
of
into
scrolling.
That's
you
right.
sent them into the barely cooperative.
Oh yes, our personal bear chat. That's right.
Yeah, the bear cave.
That's right. God damn it! I'm so
The den.
I'm so professional right now. Every part of my life is nothing but professionalism.
Exactly.
Mayhaps we should have pinned it.
Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. You know, you think that. All right, got it. So
That was a lot of scrolling.
Like, please, Lord.
all right, so some show names
Be
ideas.
cruel today.
Some show name ideas that we had were "Did I save?" with big old question mark at the end. The one that all three of us are kind of or it's two. They're the same ideas though. Was Respawn Romance and Reload Romance, which I'm kind of leaning towards for a theme. We had for a D&D show, we had D&Date. You know, now that I say it, it doesn't work as well when I typed it out. I had a show where I would do kind of a shitty Gunpla show where I would put on a voice and a personality and everything called the Gunpla Goal. We had Save Point Princes, Astral Finish, Bear.
The only issue with these save point princes is ladies that
Amanda.
work on the channel.
That's right.
Amanda and Vron.
That's right. Well,
Me,
maybe the save.
Ron, your wife.
Hey, okay, maybe the save point princes are like when me and Sora and Nate are doing something, and me and Sora are moving at 60 frames a second, and Nate's moving at 15.
Yes.
Like he's glitching
I am the
out.
slower prince.
Yeah, that's right. We have Bare Basics, which is your guys' show. When it's just you two doing your stuff. And I also thought that the name RP Jesus was really, really funny at 3 o'clock in the morning. So
super fair.
yeah. So like it's all there. It's all set up. It's just taking us a little bit of time to kind of like get it all set up. But for the first week of like just trying to get this all together, it it had its moments, it has its ups and downs, but we are making it through. I'm just so used to just working with everything, so but yeah,
how long have we had this like set up for, like the freaking this stream nearly every day? Like
Yeah.
how long have we been doing that for?
A hot minute, like a couple months.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a
months. I
while.
want to say 6 months. So
Yeah,
well, it's funny.
just like
Go
it got
ahead.
implemented into our routine, so we get used to it.
Well,
and then it's like we don't do it anymore.
well, that and like, okay, so let me put it this way. So like when I did the goodbye video like a week ago now, one of the things I kind of regretted was I didn't have you guys to say anything to the fans or anything like that. And I realized like doing the like I don't know. I wanted to do the podcast because I don't know, it's easy to fucking do, but also because like I don't know. So, for context, in case anyone is confused, we are not back. That's not what's happening right now. I did say in all of the videos that preceded.
Yeah, it's just an update.
Yeah, this is just channel updates, and I get to do my podcast. It's all of us are really hard at work making this work. Amanda is the hardest worker out of all of us.
Sure. I don't believe it.
Dude, you're doing all the channel art for this shit. In fact, what I wanted us to do
What are we
was,
doing?
We're
just standing there and looking pretty.
That's right. That's absolutely right. I actually wanted to give
Hard
Patreons, if you were okay with this, Amanda, I was hoping to give Patreons like maybe like 1 or 2 of the preview images of what we're working on.
Yeah.
That way, like, they have an idea, because obviously, we were talking to Austin the other week, and we kind of let him in on what was going on, and I think that could be fun. But as we progress and as we continue, we'll have more to give you guys.
Mhm.
And every Sunday you can just come back and listen to us give you updates, and we'll have a more definitive date coming back. So right now we're experimenting with some stuff, less streams, more videos, etc., etc. But I mean that's pretty much all like the channel update stuff. As far as that's concerned, that's where it's at.
Yeah, we've already started recording unhappy stuff, so now we just have to reach where we want to be happily at our recording goal, and for me to finish doing the art.
Yeah. And then freaking
I'm so sorry, guys.
just you're okay.
Why are you hardcore just like, oh god, all the words?
All the words.
I wanted to post it to Twitter. It's something I told myself I would actually do this year, is try to get more on Twitter. I just forget about it all the time.
You seem to be having fun. You seem to be having a lot of fun with it.
It's different.
As long as you're having fun, man, that's what matters.
It's different. I feel like
it's really funny. It's really funny for me because Twitter is where I like mostly follow artists and stuff. So I'm just like scrolling through and there's like a bunch of like art, not safe for work and safe for work stuff, and then there's just Mitch's posts.
Yeah,
and I'm like, such a stark difference.
My shitty posts just about like, I don't know, Twitter feels like the in-between between Tumblr and Facebook in a weird way, where I feel like I have to be a little self-conscious about what I post. I know it sounds weird, but like it's I don't know. It's a whole nother thing entirely. Hey Nate, me and you went to the movies the other day, yeah. We did that. Yeah,
great segue.
Yeah.
Shazam!
Shazam!
Shazam! To the next screen.
Well, I don't know. So Nate, me and you saw Shazam in theaters. I think Josh did too, and it's unfortunate that he's not here with us, but we'll just hear from him later. So, are me and you slowly but surely becoming DC shills? It feels like that's the direction our lives are going in.
I'm totally fine with that because I was always the DC shill. So get on my appreciation for Batman, please, bitch.
Just like
her
just
Batman
sitting there
chair.
on my chair, fucking finally.
Her fucking
like, yeah,
Batman chair.
Finally, you're finally going the DC side. I don't know. Just Marvel has not really been hitting the mark with movies lately. And DC has. I think DC's just, at the moment, it's just fun. They're just having fun with it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know there's nothing wrong with that. I think, like, DC's just finally, like, stopped comparing themselves to Marvel. That's what it feels like they've done. And
yeah, because I know for a hot minute that they wanted to go away from, like, for instance, there's the DC cinematic universe, and that's not a term they use. In fact, they ask a lot of people not to use it. Yeah, because they're just like, please don't use that. That's it compares us a lot to Marvel, and we don't want to be compared.
I mean, that's like if you went to Burger King and they're like, can I have like a Big Mac? We don't call it that, man. We call it a Whopper. Yeah, well, can I have that Big Mac though? No, dude, it's a fucking Whopper. And it's just like a picture of Aquaman holding the burger. Anyways, that's a bad joke. That's the fun shit you've been missing. Fucking okay, Nate. Me and you watched this movie. I fucking really like this movie. We are 2 weeks late on this, but I really liked this movie.
Because we talked about it like when I came back from watching it. Like we talked about it then. And, like, the main thing that we mentioned, it was just fun to watch. And it doesn't feel like it was trying to be funny. It was just naturally funny. Which I feel like I haven't felt in a movie for a while. Because there was one thing that stuck with me throughout the entire fucking movie. And it was just the dude using his powers for some mundane shit. And it's like, I don't know why that was funny to me. But it's like he had all this power.
I mean, to be fair, he's like a fucking, like, teenager kid.
No, that's the thing, though.
So it makes sense.
It wasn't even Billy that done it. It was technically the villain of the movie. He has, like, all of this power and everything. Fucks up a bunch of shit. And then uses his power to push a button on a fucking elevator. And then, because I was in a very not crowded theater, and no one else laughed at it, so I had to freaking not laugh.
I feel like that happens a lot to you. We talk about movies.
I don't like people.
We talk about movies.
I don't like people, so I don't like going whilst there's a ton of people around. But I understand it's a better movie experience.
So obviously we're not going to go into spoilers, but I just wanted to say real quick, this movie was really, really fun. I'm really glad I went to go see it. I would definitely say all the reviewers are saying the same thing. It's schlock. It's 90s cheese. It's fun. And a lot of our friends, like Fran and a couple other people, like think this movie looks dumb, and I'm like, yeah, it is. It is kind of dumb.
It is dumb. That's the appeal.
It's just, I don't know. It was just fun. My only complaint is me and you have very different movie going experiences. I went to see it opening day. You went a couple days later. And one of the problems I had was I need to just get into the habit of just watching the movie on Sunday. I really just need to get into the habit of being like, hey, let's not go Friday night. Let's go Sunday afternoon or Tuesday or just not on Friday. Because when Tabby and I went to go sit down in the theater, there was just these like 4 teenagers who like the whole theater was crowded, yeah. And there was just these 4 teenagers that just sat like a couple seats away from us. And there was this older guy like a couple rows down, and there was a couple jokes where it's like, I don't know, they were cute. Like they weren't like laugh out loud funny, but they were like really cute. And this guy up front is laughing and enjoying himself. He's having this like, it's just like real laughter, like a real experience, you know? And
Yeah.
And then there's these shitty like 19 edgelords who are trying to impress their dates, I guess, by being obnoxious jackasses. And like, so like the guy would just be like, ha ha ha, ha, and then these like little teenage bitches would just be like, ha 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 ha, ha. Like just obnoxiously, and it pissed me off so fucking much. I had like, it was a very stressful week. I just wanted to go to the fucking movies and enjoy my time and watch Shazam. Tabby's turned her chair to look at me because I'm now bitching about the same thing that I bitched with her about 2 weeks ago and have not let go. I've held it inside like the villain of Shazam, and I'm only now letting it out. These don't laugh. These obnoxious assholes they wouldn't shut the fuck up, like at all. And I'm trying to sit there and enjoy my stupid Shazam movie. And these I just kept thinking to myself, wow, how desperate and shitty must you be to fucking just ruin an entire movie-going experience for everyone else.
What if they just had really condescending laughs?
I don't believe that. At some point they stopped. When the movie started like going, like it was good, and you know what? I got into it. I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really solid. It's very cliche, but I really liked it. It reminded me of like a not Nick Jr., but like a Nicktoons like movie of the week or something like that, where it's or a Disney Channel original movie. It reminded me of that.
There you go.
And then, like, right at the end, right when I think it's all over, I just hear them fucking, like, chuckling to themselves. Like, they're not even paying attention to the fucking movie. Their phones are bright as hell. I gotta start watching movies on Sundays. That's the only way I'm gonna fucking avoid this.
Why do you think I did it a couple of days later?
Well, my only issue is just spoilers are everywhere for this kind of shit. So, like let me put it this way. Avengers, right? I'm really worried about that because I'm going to end up going to see it on Sunday. And normally, I know I was just bitching about how I need to go and see it on Sunday, but Avengers is one of those movies where if you don't see it Friday and Saturday, the whole thing is fucked. Like,
didn't you just fucking have them kicked out, man?
Huh?
Why didn't you have them kicked out?
Because it didn't occur to me that was an option. In fact,
they have their phones out. Just be like, dude, they've had their phones out this entire fucking movie. Lie. It doesn't matter. And that's what matters. Fucking just be like, they're fucking pissing me off. They have their fucking phones out.
We all paid to be here.
Shut up. Turn your fucking phone off.
You know, I am not.
Give me my money back.
I'm not. I'm a level with you. I didn't even think about that as an option.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I'm just used to, like, shitty comments my mom makes about people at movies. And let me explain that. I went to go see Captain Marvel a few weeks ago. In fact, there's a whole Mitch's minute about all that. But at the very end of the movie, I'm not sure if I mentioned it during the Mitch's minute, but behind us were these 2 people with, like, very loud laughter. And it's almost like I'm trying to think of a great analogy for it. Yeah, the most sensitive peen in the world, with a screamer.
Oh God!
So like, a joke wouldn't. Now I know that sounds weird. follow my logic. A joke would happen on the screen, and it's cute. It's not laugh out loud funny, but these people were laughing. They like belly laughs, and it was really like, you know, the difference between Shazam and it's kind of funny that it happened at both Shazam and Captain Marvel because they're both Captain Marvel. But Shazam was obnoxious, shitty laughter. That was, I don't know how to describe it. It's because the laughter was genuine. Even if I don't agree with it, I didn't feel as offended, I guess.
Well, yeah, because when it's genuine laughter, then you're like, all right, well,
at least someone's enjoying it.
They're just, you know, they're enjoying themselves. It's not out of like malice. They're just enjoying their time, and you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, you know, so like that. I think that's the only reason this really got to me, because like it was like the second time, dude, and like in a very short period of time. Like I don't know.
So what you're telling me is that your mom too talks shit very loudly.
Oh well, no. So what happened is that my mom, we all get up. My mom turns to us and, as loud as she can, says, "Must be really hard to hear the movie with loud assholes behind you." And like, and like they looked at her, and she wouldn't look at them, and she kept staring. I was just like, yeah, some people are just really obnoxious and rude. And then we all just walked out of the theater. That was just the end of it.
Yeah, no, like, what my mom likes to do is that when she has an opinion on someone, not subtly pull me closer. Current volume, I am currently speaking at go. That was the ugliest woman and baby I have ever fucking seen.
Oh my god. I'm staring at Zachary Levi's. Is that the good name of the actor? Look at Zachary Levi's face
so.
right now. Yeah.
I think so.
Nate, do you have anything you want to say about Shazam? We got really off topic about this one, but is there anything you want to say about Shazam?
I feel like it was just a very solid movie, and I think that's the thing. It's like, if we have a positive outlook on a movie and we don't really have to shit talk it at all, we end up just talking about the movie experience instead, because usually it's worse.
Well,
it's more active.
You're absolutely right. It's really hard to talk about okay, family. I like the theme of family. I liked the performances of everyone. Very solid all throughout. Maybe some minor pacing issues here and there at the beginning. It kind of evens out later, but you know, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very fun.
To be fair, they do have to squeeze like the plot relevancy that he's an orphan that's been from house to house, and the plot relevancy that he has to fucking become Shazam.
More like there's a flashback at the very beginning that kind of went longer than I expected. But that's not a complaint, that's just something to note. Like, that's not like a nitpick. I don't want this to be cinema fucking sins. It's just something to point out. Okay, so we're done with Shazam. We're done talking about this. We might talk about later on if Josh wants to talk about it at some point, and maybe we'll go into spoilers. But I think that's it. That's Shazam.
Yeah, Josh will probably actually have things to say and critiquing, because
right.
Josh.
Yeah,
just enjoy something.
Yeah, knowing him, he probably has way more to complain about with Shazam. But I liked Aquaman. I like Shazam. I'm very excited about Joker. And something that really worries me is that Avengers Endgame feels less like excitement and more like obligation. And
it is.
Yeah,
I feel it. It is.
So
and so I might never fucking watch another Marvel movie again after it. So
we will get there.
Spider-Man.
We will.
Spider-Man.
We will get there.
That's all I got.
Not even Spider-Man. Not even.
Oh.
Well, Nate has to see Spider-Man.
I have to see Spider-Man.
Nate is contractually obligated at this point.
That's right.
Yes.
I, however, am not.
Speaking of contractually obligated, I'm continuing my Gundam Fest. Last week.
You signed a blood oath.
Yeah, I signed it.
To continue watching every form of Gundam, whatever gets thrown at you.
So last week I had a little bit of time, and I watched a couple episodes of Gundam. I'm gonna fuck up the name. 8th MS Team. Fuck. Okay. Hang on.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, I think I do. It's the way it's spelled is 8th MS Team. But I think it's Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Okay.
So this Gundam show, for those of you who don't know Gundam, the original Gundam is this big thing where it's 0097 or 97 0079 of the Universal Century. A big war goes between Zeon and Earth Federations. The whole thing. I'm actually. It's just a big thing. The point is that when you watch Gundam, you follow the perspective of Amuro, Ray, and the people of White Base, who are these big dick lords, like, you know, best pilots, fucking new types and shit like that. And the thing I really like about 8th MS Team is the fact that it is just about dudes. It's just about regular ass people, like, who have to kind of engage in this war. It's just interesting to me because it actually makes me like the Earth Federation, which is a very hard thing to do.
A surprisingly very hard thing to do.
I really ended up liking these characters. Like, I really like the characters so far. I like the captain, even though he has really weird moments. And
as we all know. Come on.
And I will update you guys with this one, but it's a definite recommendation if you do like the Universal Century. If you like just like fun little, like, sometimes the music kind of reminds me of MASH, like
okay,
or like the A-Team, like where like da 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 da, da like it's bombastic. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it has like a weird military theme.
Well, what year did this come out?
Fucking lifetime since I've even thought about MASH. Jesus Christ.
This came out in 95. For context, this is around the exact time that Gundam Wing was coming out. If I got those years right, I think 95 was Wing, and I think this came
just
out.
Dudes being bros is what fucking Insane Oddball said.
That's exactly right.
Bros being dudes.
So
dudes
bros
being
dudes.
So it's that's the thing though. Like, I'm watching this, I'm having a good time. I think my only real issue is like in terms of recommendations, this one's a little harder. If you don't know anything about the Universal Century, this one's a little harder to recommend, just because just because I just feel like they don't really do a good job of explaining it. You know how Gundam always does that shit, where it's like
I think
it's the beginning of the Universal Century, 0079, the Principality of Zeon. It's just trying to separate from the Earth Federation. It's always the same narration.
I think they just assume that. I feel like they just assume it's like
that. Insane Oddball says, "Show me your gunpla." Insane Oddball. That's a real life threat. We could literally all just take pictures of our gunpla.
Yeah, we're all building gunpla, and in fact, I'm slowly, but I'm actually making a list of specifically SD Gundams. So like, because I'm like, okay, I can't. The Kshatriya takes up a lot of space, and my build strike's on a stand. And I want to get a second shelf, and I want to have like the second shelf just be like the way that I have my Funko Pops in a corner. I will like make like just a row of SD Gundams that I really like, and just put them in like a color coded. Like, I wanted to do something where it's like start off with blue and go all the way to like orange, like a rainbow of color. I don't know why, but I really liked that. Maybe
sounds like fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I like projects. I like, obviously, I like projects.
Clearly, yes, very clearly.
But yeah, it's a definite it's a definite recommendation. Is for right now. I'm on episode 6, and then next week I'm going to be trying to get a little bit more through it. This week, unfortunately, I wanted to talk about The Promised Neverland, but I'm sorry, guys, I didn't really get a chance to watch it. Something that I know this is a weird conversation to bring up right now, but something that Sora and I kind of talk about here and there when we had the chance to chat was depression really hit hard last week. And like, I know I'm not sure if that's something that's okay with you guys to talk about in terms of my show, but it's my show and I'll cry if I want to. And we were talking about ways to kind of combat that, and one of the suggestions that that we kind of came up with was maybe picking something that was a little bit more active. So like maybe playing a game, maybe like you working out and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm trying to get into a little bit more, and it is helping. But I promise, the Promised Neverland will return. I will keep watching that show. I'm peer pressured by my coworkers to watch that show. So that being said, that's 08th MS team. It's real solid. It's so cheesy and shitty. I love it so much. I'm having such a blast, and I don't know. I just think it's great. That being said, Nate, let's talk about this man. Let's talk about Frank Castle. Fucking okay.
Solid man.
So this is what This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go over this real quick, and then we will go into what we have to talk about. Because Amanda, you also watched Punisher, right?
I did.
Did you watch season 2?
Not season 2, no.
Okay. So I didn't plan on talking about spoilers for season 2, just because I don't know. I always like to give people the chance, unless I explicitly say it, and then sometimes I say fuck it. This isn't a good show. But the point is just that...
I mean, yeah.
So, I'm a really big fan of Jon Bernthal's portrayal of the Punisher. I was really upset when I heard the show got canceled. And I didn't get a chance to watch season 2 because, admittedly, I was really busy doing channel stuff. So my dad gave me a call earlier last week and said, "Hey, Mitchell, have you checked out season 2 yet? I want to talk to you about it." Because before I moved, my dad and I would watch Punisher together, and he's been waiting for me to watch this. So last week, I want to say like Thursday and Friday, I just marathoned the shit out of season 2. Fuck, it's good. I know a lot of people complain like it's missing some stuff here, and I will admit it's not as good as season 1. It's really hard to make a good season 2 that's as good as season 1, though, admittedly. I think that sometimes, I don't know, it either goes here or there. I will say, though, I don't know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but there's something about Punisher, there's something about specifically Jon Bernthal that I just really like. I will say season 2 does have its problems, obviously. A lot of people didn't like the season, but I just really like him. I think that Frank Castle is a fun character. I think that I just like to to fucking quote Punisher season 1. I just like to work. I like to work. I like to watch you work. I like to watch Frank do his thing, and whether that's killing drug dealers, or whether that's just I don't. They made him so. A lot of people will go either here or there about this, but I just really like him this time round. I like the Punisher. I wasn't a big fan before Jon Bernthal and before Daredevil season 2, but I really, really liked him, I like how they changed his character story. I like how they, in a weird way, I'd say, made him more accessible. I know that sounds weird, but it just feels like that's maybe how they did it. I don't know. But it's a definite recommendation. If you guys have not watched Punisher, or Punisher season 2, if you like, I don't even know what genre to put this in. Well, that's the thing,
the Punisher genre.
It's action. It's that's the thing. It has action. It has drama. It has sometimes political drama. It has I don't know. There's some episodes where they're just talking about hacking shit and doing all the setup for that. Then there's some I don't know. it's different. It's a very different show, and I think that's why I like it. It's something that I'm not used to, and something that isn't really advertised to the extent that I know of. It doesn't make much sense. I'm not making much sense, and I think that's because I just want to go ahead and talk about the whole thing, the thumbnail of this, and the final topic for tonight, which is Daredevil Season 2. Now, we gotta talk about... There's some pretext for this. Alright, so I finished Daredevil Season 2... not Daredevil. I finished Punisher Season 2, and I'm like, oh, Nate! Oh, so good! and I'm like, have you ever watched The Punisher before? And he's like, no. And I'm like, have you ever watched Daredevil before? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. So we're gonna skip Season 1 of Daredevil and just go straight into the sweet Punisher The Origin.
Are you happy with yourself, Mitchell? Do you know what you've become? You're the... Oh, there's no reason to watch fucking Phantom Blood.
I know. It's...
That's what you've become.
I was just so excited at the idea of, like, having someone, like, watch, like, Frank and, like, sing. Like, cause if Nate,
I know.
If Nate didn't like Frank, I'd be like, well, we can't be friends anymore. Or no, it's...
like, if you don't like Frank, fuck off. Yeah, this is how it works.
You know, it's everyone has their own opinion, and I hate you. So it's just
Mitchell.
Everybody has their own opinion, and yours is the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yours is wrong, and that's
end of story.
That's what's up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
just how it works.
Straight up wrong.
Sorry, Nate.
But Mitch, you know me. Of course, I would like Frank.
So yeah, so I kind of want to hear from you though. So Nate, how we did this was we showed you a season recap. We gave you a season recap, and we let you like kind of like just do your own thing.
A general basis of everything.
Yeah. So how are you liking Daredevil Season 2 without any context beyond that recap of Daredevil Season 1?
See, that's the thing. It's just like, I think I'm just used to anime with like the first season kind of just being like, hey, this is like the universe that we're in kind of deal. And then there's like a basic villain, and that's kind of it. So I'm like, I felt like I wasn't missing much, but then I hear it's like, oh, it's actually not that bad. And I'm like, well, at some point I might go back to actually watch it.
Yeah, it's a good season. It just doesn't have because the guy who plays Wilson Fisk is real solid. Yeah.
So we're watching through season 2, and like kind of the Punisher arc is like the first thing that happens in season 2, and we're like at the end of it to the point that it's like the B plot now, and the A plot's kind of... How would you describe it? I don't know how to describe it.
Magic ninja bullshit.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
It's a hard follow up to the Punisher arc, is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like how do you go up from there?
Well, that's kind of the trick, you know. It's how it's. I don't know. It does continue to deliver, but I will admit that, like, to me, the best parts of the season are the Punisher, and obviously I have my bias, but
I mean,
I do want to know what you think when the season's complete, because I feel like John Bernthal steals the show. Frank Castle just absolutely steals the show throughout the season, and Daredevil kind of plays second fiddle, which is ironic. And I want you. Okay.
Like, I remember at one point that like we're watching it, and then like I forgot we were watching Daredevil. At one point, I'm like, right, this is actually Daredevil, not Punisher.
Yeah, that's why they keep cutting back to fucking Matt, not Frank.
Yeah, they have to keep cutting back to. They had to keep cutting back to Matt. So it's like, hey, this is technically this guy's show.
That's right.
Like, hey, we all know that you like this one way better. He's way more interesting, and he doesn't just stand there a lot of the times like a dingus.
Oh,
but God. Yeah, no, we got to focus on the fake blind guy.
pretty much. It's like we gotta focus on Red just like a little bit.
I also am having like the problem is that they're just such very different characters, and I think something that I noticed rewatching season 2 with you is how much I'm not liking Matt Murdock. He's not as likable as I remember, and I don't know. Like I don't know.
I think it's just like when we think about it, because it's like, because they try to make like the differences between like Daredevil and Punisher, and it's just like, yeah, like Matt doesn't want to kill people, and that's super fair and everything. But
also, it makes him look like a big old bitch. So
also, it makes him look like more of an asshole when he absolutely like hurts the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
To the point that they're probably like borderline dead.
Yeah, like, so
you say you're anti-kill, yet you absolutely beat the crap out of these people.
Matt Mercer versus Frank Castle or
Matt Murdock.
Daredevil. I keep doing this.
Matt Mercer.
I keep calling him Matt Mercer.
I would want to see that.
Daredevil.
I want to see. I
would love to see that.
I want to see John.
You mean McCree versus fucking Punisher? Yeah, that'd be weird.
Oh my god.
McCree versus Reaper. That was a weird.
Oh my god. Here's the problem, right? So Nate, is Soldier 76 Punisher or is Reaper Punisher?
Because
Soldier 76 story-wise just goes around and
their weird dumb love child is
Punisher.
Is Punisher. That's their love child. Like, let's be honest.
One of my favorite images.
Actually, wait.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
To be fair, Reaper was still a soldier.
That is also true. But
he was very, very like connected.
But I would argue that he is I can't spoil that. We'll talk about this another day. One of my favorite images I ever got was I was at work one day. We were swamped, right? A couple months back, and I get a text message from my sister, and it just says, and then sometimes when I have like my phone on like night mode or whatever, only like emergencies can come through. And this was one of those texts that came through. I'm like, holy shit, is everything okay? And it's just a picture of Punisher and Batman. He's like, I lost my kids. I lost my parents. And then the next picture is John Bernthal pushing Batman on a swing.
That she sent that as an emergency text.
Yeah.
You need to see this.
You need to see this now.
Apparently it floored my dad. So like it was just really funny.
This is an emergency. Your dad hasn't laughed this hard in years.
Oh my god.
Fucking look at it.
Alright. As we continue to, because we're not done with it obviously. A lot of the shows we talked about today we're not done. But next week, we're going to be talking a little bit more about some updates. The patrons this week will receive a little bit of a preview of some of the stuff we're working on. We are going to be working our ass off this week because this week essentially we have. I don't know. I just feel like this is the week. This is the week we kind of like hit the ground running. We have very ambitious projects, mind you. So trying to get that all set up is going to be a fucking blast. We have Tabby doing backgrounds for some of the things and intros and ideas that we have going on. Amanda, you're going to continue working on the character art. Nate and I are going to be figuring out the name and logo. And Sora and I are going to be doing more Kingdom Hearts. Fran's getting her computer soon. And, since we'll be able to start doing Amnesia Memories again. Josh is playing Magic the Gathering.
Awesome.
And he is generally a dick. But we will see if we can get him on next time. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. And I just wanted to say real quick, I know Mitch's Minute is kind of like one of those weird shows that we kind of do here and there. But it is the show that it is the only show that is on as we
Right now.
are on the hiatus. So if you guys see this, like, you know, we're gonna essentially, there should be like 8 or 9 episodes of Mitch's Minute before the next like, I guess since the hiatus ends, because we're trying to set this timer, but we don't know how long it's going to take. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll keep you guys updated on things that are going on. And until next time, take it easy. I don't know. I never was good at editing these fucking videos. All right, goodbye, guys.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Oh my god.